Hey guys, holy crap. I just watched a documentary that I'm still processing in my head because it's so incredible, called Finding Joseph, the HR from Bad Brains story. If you don't know anything about Bad Brains, they were possibly the most exciting live band ever. And HR, Human Rights, was the most wildly enthusiastic, talented, amazing front person of this DC hardcore band called Bad Brains. They had been musical, he and his brother, and as they moved around and they finally settled in DC, they had a chance to see the Dead Boys. We're so inspired by that and said, let's make music like that. It was revolutionary. And I don't know if it was revolutionary just because they were black or they were so good. He was so athletic as a child, and it's very evident in his performing. Obviously, there's a moment where I rewound it probably 50 times because he does a standing backflip to the end of the beat of the song perfectly. You've never seen anything like it. Well, he was definitely a spiritual anarchist in some ways. You know, he was very much influenced by Rastafarians and was a very spiritual guy. He wanted to live very simply in a room with a Bible, and that was it. And when they tried to get signed, so reluctant to do that. Just, no, I don't want to do that. Much to, I'm sure, the frustration of management and the rest of the band. But the band was pretty cool because they were like, they knew that HR was the Bad Brains. And so they kind of went with the flow. So when he wanted to perform just reggae under the name HR, they did that as well. He imbibed in substances, but interestingly enough, the doc really doesn't go too terribly deep into that part. However, a large part of this is that he may have been suffering from an undiagnosed case of schizophrenia. He had auditory hallucinations. It just got worse and worse and worse and worse. He became more unreliable. You just didn't know that if you booked the Bad Brains, if he was going to show up, what state he would be in, if he would stay and perform, or if he would just stand at the mic.
Something happened to HR. Something happened to Joseph. Something happened somewhere.
In that sense, it's terribly sad. Because you do keep asking yourself, why didn't somebody try to get him help? Well, I think people did. And it was only really until he actually hooked up with a woman much, much, much later. We're talking like 2012, who married him because she had some kick-ass insurance and thought, I will get him the psychiatric help that he needs. He did finally concede to medication, which you can see the clarity in his eyes change throughout the documentary from the beginning, middle, and then towards the end of the movie where he's clearly has gotten some help.
Who were the brains? Who were the mighty brains? Who was Human Rights? Who is that individual inside of that individual? Am I pretending to be HR, or am I really, truly, Dr. PhD?
But then there was also this, I don't know, is he pretending? People didn't know. Even his management didn't know. Is this an act? Is this true? Is this a serious problem? The loyalty which that hardcore community reveres him is really special, and everyone wanted to give him a chance, get back on stage, get back on stage. Not only would it be incredible for them, credibility-wise, but because he was the most magnetic, amazing performer. Bad Brains, HR, whoa, Finding Joseph. I think I saw it, I think you can find it on YouTube, Hulu, and Amazon. I think it's streaming as well. Watch it, get your mind blown, for sure.